Doing good to see you. Today, in our 7 minutes of marketing, I wanted to get into a framework that you can use for your 2026. And one thing you can think about, the first thing is what your overall financial goals are. And so, financial goals might be obvious growth, um, product launch, for example, or service launch. Maybe you've got something you're going to sunset that you're not doing anymore. Maybe you'd like to get into a new market. Maybe you'd like to go to your existing customers or clients and offer them something new. So that could be on the product launch piece of it as well. So those are all kind of things that you might think about around your goals. So that'd be the first thing to look at. I love this framework. It's very straightforward. Anybody can do it. You can do it. All right. Secondly, what would the strategic initiatives be around those goals? So, for example, if your financial goal, one of the financial goals is to offer existing services or products to a new market, a strategic initiative might be, let's see, we're going to hone our message so that we absolutely identify the problem and solution for this new ideal customer. So maybe that's like a whole strategy that you're going to put together, identifying that perfect message that hits your ideal customer and the pain points, what you're solving for them. Maybe you decide you're going to do this initiative in the first 2 quarters of the year and focus in on particular trade shows in that specific vertical. So maybe you're already working with this type of customer in this market or vertical, but now you're going to take that to a new customer or vertical. And so you want to do maybe a 6 month initiative around that, identify the shows, the publications, the places people hang out and go after them. So that could be sort of a strategic initiative like that, right? So once you kind of know your goals, and then think about that type of strategic, the strategy around it, then you can get into applying tactics and stuff like that. But I have a little stop along the way. The third thing to think about, I think, I love this part, is your customer persona or your avatar. So, do you know your customer really, really well? Who you're selling to, why they should care what you do. And so maybe your customers are CTOs or production managers or engineers or health professionals, Jeep enthusiasts, depending on what type of person you're going after, and think about that perfect customer because everything you do in terms of the tactics that are going to match up with those strategies and those goals that we just talked about needs to fit that particular customer or client that you're going after. So, what is the sort of main problem that you're solving for your customers or clients? What are the top 2 or 3 challenges or fears that they have? What do they say? Exact words that they say. Can you write down a quote or two that they say? Hey, everybody always says this. I heard someone say this. That's gold right there. So the first thing was your financial goals. The second thing is your strategy, sort of your overarching strategy around that goal. And then thirdly, just really dialing in on your customer personas. Fourthly, this part's fun and easy. You could think about a theme for each quarter. So now that you know your strategy, is to get to this new market and solve this um, problem that somebody has, you can think of a theme for each quarter. And maybe it's an angle for each quarter. It works in this way to solve problem A, and that could be your quarter 1 theme. Your quarter 2 theme could be actual case studies and testimonials. Your quarter 3 theme could be some other thing like that, so kind of go throughout the year and pick an angle or a theme for each quarter. And then finally, after you've got through all those 4 things, the 5th and final piece of that is really laying in the tactics. So tactics can look like, going to those trade shows, doing webinars, doing email, being on social media, doing a panel. And what's great about that is now that you have these other pieces laid out, when you get invited to be on that panel, "Oh, my quarter 1 theme is this. We already decided. Now I know what I'm going to talk about," right? I'm going to go to the show. In April. Okay, my Q2 theme is this. Now I know what we're going to talk about, and that lines up perfectly with the strategy we set forth for the year, which lines up perfectly with our financial goals for the year. And so once you've got this framework in place, which you can literally sit down with yourself, with a couple coworkers, kind of go through it. You got that for the year. You are golden, good to go. Those are the 5 steps. What do you think? If you'd like my template, I've got it all set up in a Google template. Just text me the word. I need to put this automation in place. So give me a second if you're watching this live, and if you're watching the replay, I'll have it done in a minute. Let's see. I'll just call it strategy. That's fine. Just text me the word strategy to +1 530 203 5703. Text the word strategy, just the word strategy, and then it'll reply back and ask for your email, and then I'll email you the information, the template that you can use for yourself, and just make a copy of it and use it. Okay. All right. Happy 2026. Talk later. Bye.